And may the blessings of the I Am Presence be upon each of you. As I, Akasha, come forth and take up the unfed flames within your messenger, I come forth today to take up the unfed flames of each of you. In many Wednesdays past, I have asked you to hold a vision for loved ones, friends, family. We have called this minor dispensation continuously unfolding, miracle-making moments, in which I have asked you to take a few moments regularly and bring to your mind the names or images of loved ones, families, friends, and just hold them in your mind with the understanding from the great central sun I have released a dispensation that is you join with me in holding that vision for continuously unfolding miracle-making moments for loved ones and friends, in recognition, silent recognition that the great spark of God abides within their hearts, whether they know it or not, and opens the door for the guardian angel to return to them, even if they are in disbelief, and opens the way for some of the ascended host to come to them and to begin to change some of their life that will head them to their own awakening and bring forth some ideal change, instrumental change, healing, or whatever is most required. You have provided a great service, and I have watched the lives of many who are connected to you be so changed, and I have seen set into motion very silent forces that will continue to work in their lives. You cannot continue to provide service in this way without the same service coming back to you. And so it is that I, Akasha, offer to take up the unfed flames to become one with the unfed flames of God that are within you. I call tiers of the angelic host to be with us together. I call upon many of the ascended host that you have come to know, including your ascended master sponsors. And I know for many of you, you have invited many an ascended being into your heart, welcoming them to form counsel, to be an ascended master counsel in your lives. And of course, I encourage you to continue to do this. And now, dear hearts, I, Akasha, and your ascended family, our angelic host, your ascended master sponsors, whether you know them or not, we are all going to hold a higher vision for each of you. And we are calling forth for each of you continuously unfolding miracle-making moments. And that will be quite different and quite extraordinary and quite exceptional and very noticeable in your own lives if you welcome it. And so I ask you to unite with me in holding a vision for yourself. Let us close our eyelids. Our vision for each of you, with your understanding today of what you know is the Christ, the miracle mind of God, that I am holding for each of you a vision. And that vision I hold, first of all, is for your mind. And I am calling forth the miracle of Christ to come into your mind in that way which is ideal and perfect for you. whether it helps you to change thinking patterns, whether the miracle of the Christ goes to work to dissolve beliefs that could stand in the way of your freedom, whether there are some core perceptions that yet exist in your mind that could possibly delay your resurrection. I hold a vision for each of you with my ascended family and the angelic host, that through the Holy Spirit, that the miracle of Christ will come forth in your mind. And that miracle of all Christ illumination, as it unfolds within you today, will be a continuing and ongoing vision that brings forth the illumination and the enlightenment of the Christ and assists each of you to master your minds. And I ask you to welcome that Akasha holds the vision with your ascended family for your mind. May the miracle of Christ enter your mind. And in all days forward, blessed hearts, be a constant unfoldment. As I turn my attention to your feeling side of life, and I hold a vision that your feeling side of life be liberated from every difficult emotion, and that all the qualities of divine love within your feeling side of life be so amplified, be so accelerated in a way that your feelings, the wonderful qualities of love in your feeling side of life, can easily rise up in response to the beautiful thoughts of your mind. I invite the miracle of the Christ within your feeling side of life. I ask you to welcome and to receive my vision of the miracle of the Christ, unfolding the light of its presence within your feeling side of life. And may the miracle of the Christ that I hold a vision for each of you, as that enters into your feeling side of life, may the all-knowing illumination of the Christ begin a constant unfoldment that is the vision, the miracle of the Christ's presence in your feeling side of life in all days forward. I, Akasha, and my ascended family and the angelic host hold a vision for your physical garments, for your physical bodies. I hold a vision that your physical bodies will become free, absolutely free, of all that duality and limitation has impacted your physical garments. I hold a vision as accelerated by the higher mental body of Excalibur, that the very cells of your body be liberated and enter into divine communion with the electrons of your body, that opens the way for greater perfection. I hold a vision of the miracle of the Christ passing through the central nerve system of your physical bodies, I hold a vision of the miracle of the Christ, of the great God flame within your physical hearts, successfully taking up dominion and control, revealing God's perfect health and perfection within every cell of your body. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ will release into the brain cavity that cosmic light that is required for quickening the vibration of the brain to host the consciousness of Christ. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ, through the Holy Spirit, the heart, the lungs, the central nerve system, through the unfed flame in your heart and the 3 unfed flames in the chest cavity, I hold a vision that the miracle of Christ shall unfold and reveal God's perfect health, God's perfect energy, God's perfect vitality within each of you, your physical bodies. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ, as it passes through the elemental nature and the water element of your physical body, in which the miracle of the Christ takes charge of reversing the aging process of the physical garment, and the miracle of the Christ shall capture in your own mind what you have chosen as the perfect ideal physical garment. A garment with the appearance of those years that you have chosen. Understand, if you are choosing as resurrecting masters, if you are choosing to have the appearance of a physical body of 25 summers, then I, Akasha, and your ascended family are holding a vision that the miracle of the Christ will bring forth the appearance of the perfect age, the appearance of that age of your physical garment that you so desire. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ shall transcend all duality and the old consciousness and liberate your physical garments. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ shall work through all good God nutrition, foods, supplements that you provide your physical body with. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ shall unfold in all your faculties, in all your senses. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ shall reveal its perfection in your inner and outer hearing, shall reveal its perfection in your inner and outer sight. I hold a vision of the miracle of the Christ shall reveal its perfection through your vocal cords, through your throat center, and the great seals that are commonly referred to as the chakras. I hold a vision that the sacred seals of your physical garment shall receive the trinity of the violet, gold, and rose pink rays. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ within you shall bring forth through your physical heart the dominion of the 9 chambers and the 9 pillars of your heart. I hold a vision for each of you that the miracle of the Christ will assist each of you at year's end, raising you into first degree radiant rose souls. You, my beloved family, will be the first since the time of Jesus the Christ, who walked upon this earth, and his blessed mother. You will be the first since that time to be raised into radiant rose souls. I hold the vision that the miracle of the Christ provides that cosmic pressure that lifts you into the radiant rose soul. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ shall appear in that timely union of your minds and hearts, that the temple of the I Am Presence that is seated in the center of your divine consciousness shall give that moment, shall decree the moment in which the lightning flash, the second birth, the door to everything shall appear within your minds. I hold the vision that the miracle of the Christ will open the door to your soul, where ye shall drink and be bathed and restored through the power of divine love. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ shall dawn upon each of you within your consciousness, your minds, and your feelings. A day of constant epiphanies, a day of constant deep comprehension, and a day in which each of you will give yourself that final permission to end the days of darkness, to end the days of duality. I hold a vision that the miracle of Christ shall bring forth your resurrection. I hold a vision that the miracle of Christ will draw in through and around you the great electronic shields and gifts of the ascended host, amplifying and accelerating those gifts. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ shall raise you an untouchable. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ shall take up your hands, shall take up the spiritual center within the chest cavity. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ shall take up your eyes, and through the great outpouring of the Christ, release an untouchable force into this world that the world must be readied for. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ shall make each of you such a blazing golden sun's presence, shall make each of you an ideal instrument to release the sacred rays and flames of God through your lives in your resurrection. I hold a vision that the miracle of Christ in each of you will ensure that the natural abundance and your divine inheritance of every good thing shall flow magnificently into your lives and out into your world. I hold a vision that the ascension of Jesus the Christ and having quietly come into this world 37,000 years ago and descending 12,000 years later, I hold the vision that the ascension of Akasha, whose record has been protected and hidden in Delphi, I hold a vision in which the secret ascension of the will of the I Am, William Shakespeare, and the secret ascension of William Shakespeare. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ will draw to each of you all that was our achievements and our attainment. The ascension of Jesus the Christ, the ascension of I, Akasha, and the ascension of William Shakespeare, who has become your beloved Saint Germain. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ shall draw to you the tremendous radiation, luminosity, and attainment that is stored in our own ascensions. That this great cosmic vibration may for each of you become a constant lifting and raising in your own resurrection, and brings forth unto the world a new state, a state in which the Christs have returned, the untouchables are coming. I hold a vision in accordance to the sacred scroll that I have read for each of you. I have read the Akashic record that is stored within the heart of your I Am presence. This Akashic record reveals to me what the I Am presence through the Christ will bring forth into this world. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ will bring forth the fulfillment of your resurrection, your service, that is written in the Akashic records of the I Am presence. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ within you will be complete, and that each of you will come forth into the world as fully resurrected beings, all-knowing, all-loving, all-powerful, with the great assistance of the ascended host, standing with you, behind you, and above you. I hold a vision that the consciousness of each of you will be a window in which the miracle of the Christ and your ascended family will work through you and make contact with the consciousness of the people of the earth. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ will unfold specifically in your future, and all that you are choosing, all that you are choosing to create, all that you are choosing to build, all that you are choosing to transform. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ can act in your lives within 28-day cycles. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ and all that is your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations, and all that is the decisions that you make for what shall be in your lives and worlds. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ can unfold within each of you within 28-day cycles, whole new patterns of creation, power, and manifestation. I hold a vision for each of you that you shall become the miracle of the Christ. And there is no room for anything or anyone but the glorious Christ of your own God, I am beings. I hold a vision for the people of earth. I hold a vision that the people of the earth, that their hearts will be warmed, that the suffering that is in the outer world has been enough, that they shall open their hearts. I hold a vision that the family of Christs that will go forth in the seventh golden age will teach the people of the world. I hold a vision that the I am presence of each of you through the Christ will be the new teachers of humanity. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ gives each of you the power and powers that are greater, as expressed through Jesus the Christ. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ shall raise each of you quickly into that which is your ideal service work, your destinies and your higher purpose fulfilled. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ within each of you will so expand you, and that you will allow yourselves to make a difference in this world at a level that is worldwide. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ in each of you will allow your reach, your influence, the platform of life that you live from, be as grand and majestic as you possibly can choose it to be. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ through each of you will save and raise the people of earth. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ through each of you will save and raise all of God's creatures upon this earth. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ through each of you will heal and restore the powers of nature and the forces of the elements. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ through each of you shall cleanse the oceans, restore your atmosphere, and rebuild your planet and all life upon it. I hold a vision that the miracle of the Christ will unveil itself in you and through you, and as the only you have always been and are ready once again to become. I am Akasha, and my vision for the miracle of the Christ within each of you is without boundaries. May the blessings of the I Am presence that comes to the earth as the Christ be upon each of you. Our beloved great God presence I am, beloved Mother Akasha, and great ascended and angelic host, we thank you for this vision, the miracle of the Christ, unfolding in our lives, the people of earth, and all life upon this planet. We are truly grateful for this divine intervention. We are blessed for eternity.